Well, good afternoon and happy Tuesday. This is Barbara Bach, and my co-host today is WJ. Say hello, WJ.
Hi, everyone.
We are from the MLS department at the MetroTex Association of Realtors, and we are glad that you have joined us today for Statistics and You. Now, during this webinar, as you think of any questions, please type them in the question pane located at the right side of your screen. If you can't see the question pane, you may have to click the orange arrow button to maximize it. Now, WJ is going to do his best to answer as many questions as possible as time allows by the end of this presentation. So sit back and relax, and here we go, Statistics and You. First of all, you will notice I'm at the home page. There's a couple of places that you can get statistic information. I'm just going to show you those three places, and then I will show you some statistics. You have the Stats tab at the top of the screen. You have Market Reports, which you can get a lot of statistics. And then if I go back to the portal, you'll notice there's Trends. So all three of these give you great statistical information. The first one I'm going to start with is Stats. And you will notice that there are some presets statistical information. I can put in search criteria here in the center of the screen, and I can actually add additional fields, which I've done. So the first thing I'm going to do is historic sales by year, and it says my historic sales by year. I don't know if I want mine particularly, but I'll go ahead and do that. And I will put in a county or a city. I'll put in Dallas, and let's see what happens when I click Generate. And it'll take just a moment. Now, this chart's a little hard to see and to read. So up here in the top right-hand corner, you will notice there's a tab that says Data. So looking at this, in 2010, in January, number of sales, 847. And there's December, and so forth, all the way to 2015. You also should notice that I can export this if I wanted to. And it calculated from 96,438 listings. Let's look at historic sales by year. I'm going to click that one. And I'm going to go up here to the search button in the top right. And I'm going to get rid of Dallas. I don't want Dallas. I want a zip code. 75225. I'll pick that one. And now I'm going to generate. Once again, I prefer to click Data. And so this is historic sales by year, number of sales out of 3,395 listings. And again, if you like the chart, you can certainly click Chart. Now these are fine, but you know, I really like to customize it. So I'm going to click the Customize tab. And the time frame, previous year, but when I click the drop down, take a moment and look. I can go past 10 years, 12 months. I can customize it. If I click Custom, I can pick a particular year or month. So it's really good to customize it if you want to go back to like 2015, 2014. I'm going to do year to date. And under Statistic, I can pick whatever I want. There's many choices. Take a moment to look at this. Active listings, comprehensive days on market, the median or the average, and expired listings. But let's do sales by dollar volume. My secondary statistic, if I wanted a secondary statistic, I could pick it. If not, I'm going to hide the advanced. That shouldn't have come up. This is the standard. So my time frame, my statistic, and I'm going to group it by month. I can group it by primary year, sales price, zip code, whatever I need, and I'm going to go by month. I'm going to click Search up here in the top right, and I can put in a zip code. I can put in my company code if I wanted to. I could put in an MLS area or a property subtype. I can put in a school district. I'm going to go back to zip code 75225, and I'm going to generate. You'll notice it says include prior years. If I put a check mark there, I have an opportunity to go back up to 9 years. So I'm going to go ahead and do 5 to show you what it looks like. I'm going to click generate. Wow. Let me go to data. So here's 2011 to 2016 from year to date. Now right now I might want to change that to the past 5 years and generate it. And there's the past 5 years in that zip code. So I really like this program because you can really customize it and you can put in your own office code if you'd like. So let's do one. Let's do past 12 months. This time let's see, original sales price average. And I'm going to do the advanced options right here. So if I want a secondary statistic, let's take a look at what I could do. I'm doing the sales price average the past 12 months. And maybe I want the average CDOM. And I'll group it by month. I like to group it by month. And you'll notice I have style options. If I want to get real fancy WJ, I can use a 3D style. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to generate it. Let's take a look at it. I'm going to select chart first. Look at that chart. That's kind of pretty. Well, I'm bored with that, so let's do data. So there is your month sale price average, and there's your CDOM average. So what do you think about this, WJ? Pretty cool?
Cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Now you do know at the bottom left, I can print it and I can email it. So you have a lot of flexibility here on the statistics. So I'm going to go back to stats. Oh, system's running a little slow. There we go. I'm going to go back to stats. I'm going to go to customize. Did you know that you could save your search? You can give it a name. I'm going to put in the zip code 75247. That's, let me do another one, 75235. Let me do that one. And I like customize, and I'm going to do the previous year, and I'm going to select sales volume, and I'm going to group it by month, and I'm going to put in the zip code 75235, and I'm going to see what I get. I'm going to generate. There's the nice chart. I'm going to select data. Now I can export this, so I'm going to click export as a CSV. Because I'm using Google Chrome, I don't know if you noticed, but it dropped down right here in the bottom left-hand corner of my screen. And let me maximize this, and there we have it. And of course, you could save it if you wanted to and total it up, do whatever you need to do. If you like statistical information, for those of you that might be an office manager or a team leader, you certainly can present that to your office in an Excel spreadsheet if you needed to. And you can put in your office code, as I showed you a moment ago, listing office or selling office, whatever you wanted to do. I'm going to put in STAFF. I'm going to throw an asterisk behind it. I'm just going to see what we've got. I'm going to get rid of the zip code, and I'm going to generate it. Now, that code that I put in is just for MLS staff, but I wanted you to see that you could put in your own office code and get any kind of report that you want.
Wow, we had a big November, didn't we?
Yeah, we sure did. Oh my goodness, 97 million.
That was me working, I'm sure.
Yes, I know. Yeah. So I hope you like that. And remember, it's at stats at the top of the screen. You have your presets, and you can select any one of these. And for example, original price versus sold. And then make sure you always check your search button and make sure you don't have any criteria in there. You know I did. So I want to get rid of that, and I can put in any field that I need to, and I generate it, and I will get some kind of report. So that's the stats function, which is very, very helpful. Now it's taking a moment. You'll notice up here, wow, well there is a colorful one for you. Let's see what we got here. This is the original price versus the sold price. So as you can see, in December, 220 to 2095. There's the original price median and the actual sales price median. So good information on the stats function. But you know, WJ, it's the end of the year. Come January, all of the agents want to know what they've done, what the office has done.
Yep.
So I have good news for you. It's right up here where it says Market Reports. I'm going to click on Market Reports. Depending on your level, if you're a broker head of firm, you might have a few choices different than I do. So let's start at the top. Agent Market Share. Notice you can rank it by sold, listed, or total. I'm going to do total. Maximum rows, I'll just stick with 100. Look right here, you can put in an office ID if you wanted to. So if you work for ABC Realtors and your code is ABC01, put it in. I'm going to select residential, and I'm going to select single family. I am going to get a report that will show me the total count, only 100 rows, residential property only, single family, and again, I can narrow this down if I wanted to. I'm not going to, other than the city. I'm just going to put in the city, and then I have to put in a date. So I'll go back to the first of the year, 01/01/2016, and remember, you have to put a plus sign if you want that date forward. So I'm good to go. I'm going to select Generate Report in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and let's see what we get. It's going to take a moment. Comes up, by the way, in a PDF document. I'm going to make this a little bit larger in case so you can see it a little bit better. So I can see, look up here, ranked by total sides, that Kathy Hewitt, selling side 33, listing side 54, with a total of 87. And this figure is times 1,000. So you can see that she, in the city of Dallas, remember that's what I searched, is the number one. She's ranked number one, total sides. Now let's look at this a different way. I'm going to close this tab. It's important, WJ, that when you're using the computer, watch if it opens up a tab or another window. In this case, it opens up a tab, and I'm going to close it, and I'm right back here. This time, I am going to not put in the city of Dallas. I'm just going to do the whole kit and caboodle. Let's see what happens. Total count, 100 rows, residential, single family only. I'm going to generate the report and give it a moment because I'm really putting it to work here. Let me zoom in a little bit on the right so you can see the Ben Caballero. Selling side, nothing, but look at the listing side.
Wow.
And the same for Marcia, and there's Mona, and so forth. So I know a lot of us are always curious as to who's doing what, and you can see where you are in the standings. I'm going to close that, and again, that was under Market Reports, Agent Market Share. Now, if I put in an office ID, I will get the office information, okay? Everyone in that office. I'm going to put in STAFF, whoops, if I type correctly, STAFF, and I'll do that. And let's see what we get here. Just to show you, oh, I forgot the date. See, the system's smarter than I am, which is scary. All right, now let's try it. Here it comes, slowly but surely. Now, because I put in a staff, it didn't like that, so let's see if I can find a broker code. What's a good broker code, WJ? You got one off the top of your head?
I taught it UREN01 this week.
Okay, UREN01 from the first of the year. Let's take a look at this office and I'll generate the report. And this is the first one under market reports. So let me zoom in so you can see it a little more closely. So there's Ramirez Morris and Daniel and Karen. And these are the agents in that office only. In that office only. Mm-hmm. So you want to know who's doing what in your office. Agent market share report is the one that you want to do. Put in your office code and you can see where you are in the rankings. Now remember, this is total volume. If I go back, I might want it by sold count, and I can generate the report. See who's got more on the sold than the others. Now in this one, let me go back, and on this screen you'll notice there's not a print option or anyway. When I do generate report, I can download this report, aka save it. See right here in the top right hand corner, it's a PDF document. So if I click the down arrow, I can save it. All right, so that's the agent market share. Now let's look at another report under market reports. The second one is office market share, and again that's UREN01. Let's compare it to other offices. The one we just did was just looking at all the agents in that office, and let's look at this office right now. Oh dear, I forgot the date. I get so excited to do something, WJ, I forget to put the date in. My goodness. There we go. And generate. So this is another office, and there's their total ranked by total volume. They've sold 727. Their dollar volume, let me zoom in so I can see it better. Number of listed, so there's their total sides, and this is what the office has done, and you can see that. That's just their office. But if I want to see rankings, same report, I'll do residential and single family, and I will do Dallas, and let's see what office, and let's do it by total count, and I'm going to generate the report and take a look at it. Here it comes. Let me zoom in on that. So ranked by total sides for the office, not the agent, the office, we can see Alibeth, Briggs, Keller, Dave Perry Miller, and so forth. I do want you to notice, do you see that, WJ? The non-MLS, 277. We need to work on those people. They need to join MLS. They're just salesmen in the state. They need to join MLS for sure. So this is a nice way to see where your office ranks compared to the other offices. And again, I did this in the city of Dallas, and I only did single family. You can certainly do it by a particular area. So if I do area 25, just area 25, residential, single family, and do the same report, now it's Briggs Freeman at the top of the scale here, and Alibeth is number 2. So it changes depending on what criteria you enter into the statistics. So how are we doing on questions, WJ? Do we have any that need to be answered?
I had a couple.
Okay.
One of them was, will I be able to access this video in the future? And yes, we are recording this video, and it'll be on our YouTube channel within a couple of days. And then another one was Excel instead of PDF. Well, the file downloads to a CSV file, and when you open up a CSV file, the computer's going to default to Excel for that, to put it into a spreadsheet. CSV stands for comma separated value.
Yeah, that's that computer language. All right, so we've looked at agent market share and office market share. Let's look at agent market share by listed. The screen is so similar guess what? There's a date, 01/01/2016 and my plus sign. And I just want to do residential, single family, so it's going to be a little easier and faster on the report. And again, I can't add any fields. You'll notice there's no fields I can add here like we could under stats. I'm going to generate the report, give it a moment, and once again, it's a PDF document. And this is agent market share ranked by listed. So here is 2.66% of total list per volume times 1,000, and that's this particular report. That's by maximum rows. I can do the top 25, top 10. I can certainly do that. I can narrow it down by the city of, let's see, Mesquite. What?
Frisco.
Frisco, Frisco. Let's do that. Let's see what we got here. Makes a difference. Here it is. So we got Ben Cavallero. There's the date range at the top, ranked by number listed, agent market share, and there's the percentage of total right there. The next one under market, let me go back down here, market reports, is the office market share by listed. Screen again is very familiar to you now. Residential, single family, and yep, got to put that date in. Now I've been typing in the date manually, but you know what? I can hit the calendar. And if I wanted to, I could do this and go all the way back to January 1st. For me, it's just easier to do this. It's a lot quicker for me. Once again, I can't add any fields, but I will put in Frisco. I'll put in Frisco again and generate the report. Now this time, as it says at the top, it's office market share ranked by listed. There's Ebby Halliday, Keller Williams. This is probably one of the reports that you'll like. Of all the reports, this is one you'll probably look at more often because it's going to see your particular office. For any of you that might be listing, that are team leaders again, office managers or brokers, this is the one that you might want to share with your staff when you have your office meeting, especially, January 1st, woohoo, look what we did in 2016. Now let's do even better in 2017.
Yep.
That's a really good report. All right. I'm going to close that again. It opened up its own tab. So I'm going to go back up here to the top where it says Market Reports. And we've looked at all of these. Now, agent production and inventory. Watch what happens here. It looks at me. Because I'm in as me, it's going to look at my production. So I am going to go back a long time. Let me go back just see if I can get anything and see what it looks like. Oh, it didn't like that. I don't need the plus sign. Force a habit. And see what it comes up. If not, I'll log in as someone and you can see the production. All right. Well, I'm not doing very good, but this is what the report would look like. And let me zoom in a little bit for you. So the entire, this is total sold, the entire MLS. Look at the dates, folks. Look at the date. The entire MLS, I can't even read that number, WJ. That is such a high number, I can't even read it. So I have sold nothing. I've sold nothing in-house. Oh, but I've got one cooperative sale. And that's it. And then there would be the address. It would list all the addresses. My inventory summary. And these are active. So that's a report that you can get as well. And that is the, let me go back here so you can see exactly what it is. It's the agent production and inventory. So this is the one that you would probably want to do, folks, like the first part of January of next year. Put in your start date, which would be January 1st of 2016 and end at December 31st, or that would be the best time, I'm sure, and generate that report, because it'll be just yours, not anybody else's.
It's just who you're logged in as.
Yes. Yeah, if you're a staff and you're listening to this webinar, you would be logged in as who you're assisting or the staff, and you would get their information.
Correct.
All right, let me go back to market reports. Broker production and inventory. Same idea. Notice I'll go back to there. But now, look what's different. I can put in an agent MLS ID. So what's yours, WJ?
0505863.
863. Let's see what WJ has done. It might surprise us. Oh boy, it's taken a while. Woohoo, here we go.
Looking for that handful limit.
Now, again, this is for WJ. Total MLS, listed, cooperative, sold. There they are. And he was an agent at one time, folks, so these aren't pretend listings. I don't think, are they?
No, those
are real.
listings.
Those are real. When he was out there pounding the pavement like y'all were, he worked as an agent. So this is what it's going to look like for you when you do this. And there's the inventory summary. Here we come on the second page. Really, really good information at your fingertips, basically. It's not hard at all. And again, you can download this, you can print this in the top right hand corner. You can download it or you can print it, whatever's convenient for you. All right. So again, market reports, you have all these different choices, and what I suggest is you just try each one of them and how you like them, which one you like the best.
That last report that you did, Barbara, if you leave the agent number out, will it produce anything?
Well, no, because you have to have an agent license number. If you look at the screen, WJ, it's required. If I go ahead and generate the report, it's going to say, excuse me, you left something out.
Yep.
You have to put an agent's license number in there. That's broker production and inventory. A lot of times the agents, as you know, WJ, will ask the broker or the office staff to do this for them, and this is where they would go to get individual information. Or as an agent, the agent can get some information here if they wanted to. Under their agent market share, remember they can put in their office ID and they can get information there as well. So hopefully you all like the market reports, and we've looked at all the wonderful stats. So let me go back to the stats for just a moment. I do want you to know that this is the one where you can add your own listing office ID or agent. Give me your code again, WJ.
0505863.
863. I'm going to put his listing agent in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. I'll just go back the past 10 years. I'm going to leave everything else blank. There's sales price, average, original price, list price. We'll just do, I'm going to scroll down right here, number of sales. In the past 10 years, so you can do an individual report here under stats. I'm going to generate, and you can see what it looks like. Whoa, let me go to data. This is helpful for those of you that conduct office meetings. You can go month by month and say, this month we did this month, that so much. Last month we did this. And you can compare, if you wanted to, another years under advanced options. And you can do group by month, group by primary year, you can do that. So you have a lot of choices that you can do. And here's 2006, 2007, and you can compare if you need to. Let me make it a little bit easier. Let me just do the last 5 years and generate and show you what it looks like. And of course there's the chart. All right. So do we have any questions on any of those two? Because I'm going to take them to trends now.
Let's go talk about trends.
Let's talk about trends. I love trends. A couple of places you can get trends. I can go to links, and it's over here somewhere on the left.
Right there.
We got trends, Netris trends right here. Or you can go to the portal and you can select trends. Either way works. First thing I want you to notice is in the top left-hand corner of the screen. It's the entire MLS. Right now, the way that this is set up in the entire MLS, all property types, all bedrooms, all construction types, all sizes, and all years. Let's take a look. This is the entire MLS. Median sales price. This goes back to January of 2013, $149.9. It rose up, and it went up a little bit. It took a dip, and then it took a big dip, 162. See, it started here, and it went up, and it took a dip. Wow, we had a nice climb here, 195. Up and down a wee bit. Whoa, we got a good high one here in June of 2015. And then another peak, and then it kind of wavered down a little bit. Now, you know, this is way too much for me, WJ. I need to narrow it down.
That's just showing us that homes are appreciating.
Yes.
In Dallas in general.
Yes, absolutely. Right here, November of this year, 230. That's the median. Now, let me jump down here to the lower left, and let's look at the average. Changes the screen just a bit. This is the average sales price. It's $282,992. All types of properties. Okay? If we wanted to just narrow it down to single family, resale only, I would pick these two. Single family, resale only, and $272,322. So it's a little less because we had all the others. I can even narrow it down even further for either 3 bedrooms, and watch this, 4 or more. I click this plus sign right here. So this search is 3 or more bedrooms, and it's the average sales price in the entire MLS, single family, 3 or more bedrooms, resale only, and now it's $279,966. That's good, but I wanted something else. Notice I can do it by zip code. I can do it by city. So I'm going to click city. And let's do Frisco, F-R-I-S-C-O. Let's do Frisco. And I know there's a lot going on in Frisco. What about new construction? A lot of new construction, do you think, in Frisco, WJ?
Not sure how much of it's going to be in our MLS, because not all builders put their listings in
That's
our MLS,
right. That's
so
right. And
resale,
you need,
yes.
Yeah, you need to remember that. We have, you know, there's a lot of new construction by wonderful builders, but they might not be in MLS, as WJ mentioned. So we're going to stick with resale. I'm going to do all bedrooms, but I only want single family. So this is in Frisco, single family, resale, and that's the sales price, but you know what? Let's look at price per square foot. Look at this. It's going up, steadily up. Has a few little down moments and a few peaks, but it's steadily climbing. So the median price per square foot as of November was $1.34, $134. $1.34 would be really a bargain, wouldn't it? Or maybe not. The average, $137. Now here's something that's very telling, is the days on market. So let's take a look at the date. Whoa. Well, that's interesting. Again, that's for single family resale in Frisco. They started here in January of 2013. It was 44 days. Had a major dip. Then you had a nice rise here, 38, then a major dip here, 10 days in 2015. Up and down, and now November, 27 days.
Going back 5 years instead of 3.
All right, let's go back 5 years. If you'll notice on the right-hand side of my screen, I'm going to go back 5 years.
See how the days on market has trended
Yes.
down over time, even though we've been up and down. It's trended down.
Yep, you can see it's steadily down. Now, we can change that. We can do 10 years.
10 years, it kind of gets
I know, you
messed
get
up.
lost.
Yeah, and get lost, but also a lot of that's been archived off.
That's
when you
true.
go back that far. So 5 years.
5 years is
better.
always nice. And then you'll see here is monthly right here. I can do a rolling 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. I'm just going to select rolling 3 months so you can look at it and see how it looks.
Smooths your chart out a little bit.
I'm sorry?
Smooths the chart out a little
Yes,
bit. Takes the peaks and valleys out.
But I think most of you like monthly because you can hover over any advantage point here and see. Now let's look at month's supply. Wow,
This
look
is
at
the
that.
one that tells the story to me right now in trends, because it shows that our inventory is dramatically down. If you go back to the high point there in 2011, there's over 7 months worth of inventory. And,
Yep.
and before then, it would have gone up even higher. When I got into real estate in 2003, it wasn't nothing to have 8, 10, 12, 14 months worth of
That's right.
inventory. But our inventory is dramatically down. So you can take that chart and put it in front of a seller, and they're going to understand why it's a seller's market, because there's nothing out there to sell.
Exactly. And I can do 1 year, I can do 3 years, I can do 5 years. 5 years is really helpful.
The 5 years is the one that tells the story right now in month supply. And then you can compare it to other areas. What area are we in now?
We are in Frisco, so I can add an area. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to add an area.
So Frisco's north. Let's go south to DeSoto.
DeSoto. Okay, let's go to DeSoto. Now, see, you have two lines. Frisco is the blue one, and the red one is DeSoto. Now, again, it's all property types. Let's drop down to single family, and let's just do resale and take a look.
So the totals are a little bit different, but you
Yes.
see the same trend.
Yep.
That 5-year trend is dramatically down, with the last couple of years just being a up and down there. So let's do it compared to another one. Let's do Keller.
Alrighty,
Keller's west.
isn't this great? You can do a lot of areas. Kellerer. Let's do Keller. Take a look at it again. We're going to do a single family resale. And look at Keller and Frisco are real close to each other in a lot of places. What? Except for up here.
Yeah. So just about every city across the Metroplex is trending down. So get rid of those three, and I'll show you one that's not trending down.
Okay, I'm going to get rid of those two. Which one do you want to do, WJ?
Let's do Westlake. When you think of Westlake, what do you think of?
I think of high-end homes, quite
Correct.
frankly.
Wow, look at that.
Oh my gosh.
They've got some inventory, because those are the high-end homes that are sitting there and not moving as quickly as the lower end of the market. So you do have some isolated areas that
Wow.
don't show the same month supply. So replace Westlake with Southlake.
Okay, let's see what Southlake has to offer. They're real close to each other, aren't they? Again, single family resale.
So Southlake, you see basically the same trend down, but look at that this year. Their high end of the market's not moving this year either.
No. And this is 5 years, folks. This is 5 years. So, again, you can change this if you need to just look at this year, which, as WJ said, it's a little more telling when you do the 5 year. You can really see the trend.
Right.
Now, we've got homes for sale down here. Let's look at the other things that we can get for Southlake. We've got homes for sale. This is 5 years, keeping that in mind. And it's kind of, we got a
Showing
little,
our monthly sales cycle there.
Yeah.
Inventory comes up in the spring and down in the fall.
yep. Let's look at how many new listings, whoa, how many new listings.
Same thing.
That's right, up and down. And again, this is single family resale, regardless of year built, regardless of square footage or number of bedrooms. Pending sales, days on market, percentage of original price, 92.5 there. Let's look at this one. May of this year, 99.3. And how many closed sales? Now this is 5 year history. I'm going to change it to 3 years. So here is January of this year, 18, and there's 56 here in June. Let me go back over here, let's see. There's January of 2013, there was 23, and then January of this year, 18, and there's June, so you've got, and there's June of 2014.
Right.
So you can compare.
Showing your the
Yeah.
monthly or the yearly cycles there of what's going on. So lots of great ways to slice and dice this. You can print these charts. There's a print button.
And not only can you print them, you can share them, but you can also search by a particular area. For example, up here it says My Areas. I'm going to select on this, and a map comes up. I am going to zoom in on the map a little bit. There's the zoom in button in the top right hand corner. Click and drag so I can move my map over. So let's go up here north to Capel. Why not? I want to see what's going on just in this particular area. So I'm going to zoom in rather close. So here's Beltline, Denton Tap, Parkway, Sandy Lake. I want this little area right here. You'll notice I can draw a polygon just like you can in MLS. So I'm going to click on that. Come on now, there we go. And I'm going to click right there. I'm going to do this. Sit there just like in MLS. Come on, there we go. And I'm going to click where I started. You have to do it just right. Now, I'm going to save this. I'm going to give it a name. And I'm going to save it, and it's going to tell me something at the bottom, right down here. So my area's been saved. It tells me it's 0.6 square miles. That includes 807 listings. I can see the stats or back to the map. Well, I want to see the stats. There are the stats, WJ, in that little area that I designed. Just my little working area, my little market area, whatever it is. Maybe it's where I live. But I'm going to narrow it down to single family, resale. And I want the bigger homes, so I'm going to select 2,000 and then the one that's 3,000. So it's anything over 2,000 square feet, single family, that has 3 or 4 bedrooms. So when you select those choices, obviously you're going to get some different information. Okay.
All right, we have a question, Barbara.
Okay.
On the month's supply of inventory,
Yes.
can you break it out for a certain dollar range? So if we clear Capel out there and put in another location.
Let's do oops, I wanted Dallas City. I didn't want the whole county. Dallas City.
Dallas
Okay.
City. So underneath that, you have all price ranges or price ranges? No, underneath the city.
Yes, I can do that.
So you can
Break it down.
in those different price ranges. Now, I don't think you can change the price ranges
No.
that you see there.
No.
But you can break it down into those price ranges.
That's as much breakdown as you can.
Right.
Now I can add another one, 94 to 368. I have to select both of those.
Right, or you could do
But
369 or
yeah,
more.
whatever one you want. But you can't individually break it down. If I go to the drop down here, you will notice it says My Areas down here. Come on, My Areas. And where'd My Areas go?
It's right there above, in the gray.
Yeah, there it
There it
is.
is.
So there's my area. I thought I had more than one. So I can go back to My Areas and define another area. You can have as many as you'd like. Let me zoom in again, and let's go down. Let's go down here in this area. Again, I can draw a circle or I can draw a polygon. Okay. Oh, I like it. See, this just proves we have the trouble like you do.
I think you're going to have to
Yeah, let me do a
Whoops, I went to a Polygon. There you go.
Come on, Polygon. Let's try this again.
I think you're too high a zoom. It wants you to
It
go
could
down.
be. Let
Yeah.
me zoom out a little bit.
It doesn't
There we
like,
go. It doesn't like that, does it?
doesn't
Well,
like real large areas.
well, I'll do a small area. This ought to be great. Whoops. You got to click right at your beginning where you started. You have to click just perfectly. You can draw another shape by clicking anywhere on the map. Well, thank you. Okay, I'm going to save that. I'm going to give it a name, whatever area, because I can't remember whatever area I'm in. So I'm going to save it. Let's see what I got. Oh, 13 square miles. Let me see the stats there. So again, you can have more than one. You can have more than one. And there it is, whatever. If I hit the drop down and then click my areas, there they are. There's both of them there, Capel and whatever. So you may have many areas. Now up here, where am I? Okay, let me have this up on this. I'll do Capel. Okay. So we have closed sales. We've looked at all of that. Right here, I can print it. Notice you can do the static exactly what you're seeing right now. And it's always updated with the latest data. You can do that as well.
Well, the static would be that report the way it looks right now, no
Yes.
matter when they click on it. The
Yeah.
live, if you take that and send it to them, when they click on it, it's whatever that chart looks like at that time
Yep.
when they click that link.
How do I want to share it? Social media, embedded, or CSV file?
So we always warn people about sharing stuff on social media.
That's right.
But this is all top level data. This isn't disclosing the sales price of a particular home. So you can share this market activity data all day long.
Absolutely. I'm going to hit the share button right there. That's where that was. There's the share button right there. There's live, PDF for printing, embedded. Oh, look what happens when I hit embedded.
So embedded, you could put it in your website there, and the live would mean that it would keep it up to date. So go ahead and hit the share button there and watch what happens.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, look at there.
So there's the code, the copy and paste that specific code into your website, and it would embed this chart in there. And whenever it's clicked on to update, it would update to the live data if you do the live in step 1.
Yes, you have to do the live. And if you do, let's see, CSV, grab the raw data, you can do that. Print, again, I showed you print just a moment ago, and then there's share. You have some choices here. There's line or bar. If you prefer the bar, you certainly can do that. Now, let me do another city, and let me show you some other things that you can do here. So I'm going to do the city of Dallas. Wait a minute, my bad. City, there we go. Okay, we're going to do the city of Dallas. I'm going to compare condos and townhouses. I'm going to go back to the line first of all. And I'm going to compare 2 and 3 bedrooms. But notice up here, I have this. I'm going to select this right here. That compares the 2 and 3 bedrooms. I'm going to do this up here. And you can see condo and townhouse. Here it is right here. It's comparing the 2. And then if I want to compare the bedrooms, I go up here and click this little gizmochi, this little sign. 2 and 3 bedrooms. The red is 3 bedrooms. When I hover, notice the difference. It tells me the different price range. If I go back to property type, you can see the difference in condos. I'm actually going to put in a zip code. I'll do a zip code. Let's see, 75. I think this will give me some condos or townhouses. Whoa, that's unusual, but you can see that this is townhouses blue. So there's a lot of condos, and then I want to compare 2 and 3 bedrooms, and there's the 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms are red. So you get a lot of really good information on the trends. I do want to point out the profile, because you can email this to someone. You can add your picture, your agent information, because you can email this. You want to send it to someone and have your information, what office you're with, and so forth. And that is up at the top where it says profile. Again, there's my areas, and I can select an area here. See, they're archived areas, what I've done. I can also type in a location, Louisville. There you go. Took me right to Louisville. User manual and frequently asked questions. We don't print user guides much anymore. We try to save trees and paper and so forth, but there's always help somewhere in a program that you're using. When I go back to Matrix and I click help, I have lots of choices over here. But I'm going to give you a phone number now, so get out your pencil or your pen. This is going to be the direct number to the MLS department, and we encourage you to call us. We're open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. Our direct number is 214-540-2755. Don't hesitate to call us. If it takes 20 minutes on the phone, we'll take 20 minutes on the phone. WJ and I have been on the phone for 45 minutes to an hour with agents in the past. We certainly have, and that's okay. We're here to help you. If you just have a quick question and you don't want to pick up the phone, you can email us. Our email address is mls@dfwre.com. That's mls@dfwre.com. All right. Do we have any other questions,
Let's
WJ?
go back into trends.
I'm back into trends. Where do you want me to go?
Can you merge the different graphs? So the new listings, the pending sales, and the closed sales and trends, those charts, can you merge them together? I don't think you can.
No. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
That's as good as it
print
gets.
one or share one, and then print the other or share one. I don't know of a way to combine them onto one chart. You would have just too much going on that one chart.
Yeah, can't do that. That's a nice thought, but you can't do that. Now there's new construction in the entire MLS. New construction of 3 or 4 bedroom homes, single family. Let's see what we have, just out of curiosity while we're here. So this is homes for sale. I've selected homes for sale at the bottom of the screen. Wow, it's steadily gone up, and that's for 3 years.
Yeah.
Let's just take a look at 1 year, just for giggles and grins. Let's take a look at, well, it's gone steadily up there too. So that's single family, 3 and 4 bedrooms.
And again, that's going to be the new constructions that are in our MLS.
Yes, absolutely. As WJ said, it's just in our MLS. That's not for someone that's not listing with us. Now, if I just go to resale, and wow, that's
inventory of home sales. Well, we're at the low end of the year.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So once again, in trends, you can find it on the portal. You can find it on the home page of Matrix under external links. You can find it there, and you can find it under links here, Netris Trends, or on the portal. We'd encourage you to start playing with trends. A lot of your sellers want to know what the trend does, and as WJ said, when you do the 5-year, that really gives you an idea of what's happening. Let me go back to all bedrooms. Well, let's say we have a 3-bedroom house, resale, and it is somewhere in the 2,000 square footage. So there's 5 years of trending, single family, 3 bedrooms, resale, 2,000 to 3,000 square feet. And here's pending sales for the last 5 years. I can change that, of course, to 1 year if I wanted to look at it, or 3 years. All right, do we have any other questions today?
Someone was asking what are our hours, again, on that we man our phone line.
8:30 to 5, Monday through Friday are our hours. We're here answering the phones. We're here in the office. Now we have other offices in Grapevine, Garland, Duncanville, Louisville, Richardson,
And Dallas.
and Dallas, of course. Dallas is the main office. And Grapevine and Dallas are open 8:30 to 5 Monday through Friday. Now our service centers, like Richardson, is open 8:30 to 5,
But they're off for the lunch.
but they're off for lunch from 12 to 1 every day.
Mhm.
And some mornings they're closed in the morning, aren't they? Or did we not do that anymore? I think they're open all the time now.
Yeah.
We've changed a few hours there. So, and if you need the phone numbers to any of the other service centers, you can certainly call us here in Dallas, and we can give you that if you prefer to trade and do your business there at the Louisville or Richardson. For those of you that might not know, we have a wonderful location in Louisville. WJ teaches classes there the second Thursday and Friday of the month. WJ goes to Richardson and teach classes the first Thursday and Friday of the month. I go to the Garland location on the third Thursday and Friday of the month. And then Heather goes to Duncanville on the fourth Monday and Tuesday of the month. And we all switch out on Grapevine and Dallas.
Yep.
So we always are trying to provide you with good classes that you will enjoy. So if there are no other questions, I am going to thank you so much for coming to the webinar today. Stay tuned, read your email, look online. We are still looking at our next webinar in January. There's a real strong possibility it's going to be about the new key boxes that are coming. Go to your MLS meetings. Myself, WJ, Heather, Kathy Faulkner, Director of MLS, will be attending a lot of the MLS meetings and giving you information on the key box exchange that is going to be happening sometime the first quarter of next year. The exchange will be one key box for one key box. So you bring in your old key box, you get a new key box. There's no dollar involved here. It's a free one exchange, one for one. So stay tuned for that. And if you have any questions, let us know. If not, again, we thank you for your time and attention. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and go out and make it a great week. Thank you.